What's up, guys? It's Ben 10,000 YGO. I am your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh! Superhero. And today, guys, I am unveiling my brand new series that I am calling The Structure Deck Wars. Stick around. You guys want to see this. Alright guys, so basically what the Structure Deck Wars is basically what it sounds like. This is a tournament that I have set up for the structure decks. All the structure decks across Yu-Gi-Oh! From 2005 to now. Alright, we will be including the Rocket's Revenge structure deck, but if we get to that video before its release or for a leak, we'll have to use the OCG version of the deck. That's alright, we'll deal with it. But basically, that is what it is. I'm going to be determining which one is the best deck. See, there was this video a while back that from a bigger YouTuber known as DC. I know he needs my very small fan base to save him. You know, because he might fade to obscurity any minute now. Sorry. Sarcastic joke, I know. The point being is that he said something to the effect of like how not all structure decks are made even, right? So today I've decided I'm going to put that to the test and not only figure out which of the structure decks are even or not even, it's all random. So we don't have a clue who's going to come out on top on this one. All I can tell you is the first matchup is the Felgrand structure deck versus the Monarch structure deck. That's right, guys. That is the first round. So, or not, I should say the first round. It's the first game, the first match of round one. So, without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and let's get to that replay footage because we're going to figure out who wins. Will it be the Dragons of Divine Might or Monarchs, the armored, like, you know, tyrants? Kings or Dragons? Who's winning? Stick around. Let's find out, shall we?
Round one, fight! Round two, fight!
guys, there you have it. That is the first match of round 1. That's right, guys. Alright, so this, guys, is the Felgrand structure deck, and if we come over here, we go to test deck number 2. That's where I have these guys settled. I'll be doing it 2 at a time, so it'll be test deck 1, test deck 2. Anyway, point B, that was the Felgrand structure deck. This is the Monarch structure deck. Now, obviously, if you guys saw by the replays, yeah, Felgrand took it best 2 out of 3. But that's not to say that the Monarch structure deck didn't have a way to win. It's just, here's the thing: the Felgrand structure deck on its own has a lot more of a linear play style. So because it's a linear play style, it's like kind of a one-trick pony, whereas Monarchs they're not exactly a one-trick pony. They've got a few other ways to play. And because of that, unfortunately, though, the best cards that allow the Monarchs to be consistent are all at 1 in the structure deck. So as the Felgrand deck had more than one access point to the same goal, the Monarch structure deck did not have the same advantage. However, if they did get out some of their key cards, like Stormforth or, Monarchs Erupt, they had a really good chance of coming through and winning. I mean, it's not to say this deck doesn't have good stuff. It really does. I mean, let's face it, full-powered Monarchs were a beast to deal with. I would argue that a full-power Monarch deck would be a beast to deal with now. And I mean that, but now, like, Domain Monarchs is whew. But the flip side of that coin is, this deck definitely lived up to its reputation, I'm afraid. Is a lot of players, and I heard pro players, you know what I mean, that have been playing the game for a long time, they would talk about how it's bricky. I mean, Monarchs are a bit of a bricky deck, and they definitely proved it. I mean, out of 3 games, they won 1, but the 2 reasons why they lost is because they couldn't get on the board. Too many high levels. The other part is, like, you have to be able to special summon cards, and not everything here is going to let you special summon for tribute fodder. Or you got to draw the cards that let you tribute your opponent's stuff, and, if you don't have certain combinations, you're just not going to be able to maximize the output of this deck. Like I said, like if you were playing Monarchs for for real, there's just a bunch of these guys you wouldn't play. You certainly would play, obviously you'd play the full set of Squires, you probably would play Erebus and Either, but you probably wouldn't play, I don't know, as I recall correctly, most Monarch players didn't play a lot of these like level 5 and 6 ones. The 1 tributors. They maybe played Caius or Morbius, but the rest they didn't really mess with that. And obviously they got to play things like Triple Erupt, and this fight was actually pretty fair, as both decks were 41 cards. So, nobody had a deck advantage. It's just as far as that goes, it's just that the Felgrand deck had the better chance of taking it because, to be frank, yeah, it just had more than one way to get to the Felgrand, and the Divine Dragon is their bread and butter. So the winner is Felgrand. All right, so the winner of this game has been announced. If you guys are looking at it, if I have done all of my editing tricks correctly, you guys will be seeing somewhere either above me or below me, somewhere around me, you'll be looking at all of the matchups for round 1. Basically, I'm going to have it go from Word version for the start, and then I will have some picture versions just to help make things easier. So that's just so you guys know what's happening around me. You guys will see it. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know this video, this is going to be a line of videos. We will be continuing the structure deck wars as we continue. But yeah, basically it's going to be 14 games. So the first 14 episodes of this will be round 1. And you're probably going to get maybe 1 or 2 of these a week. We'll see how things pan out. I had a little bit of trouble rustling up a dance partner for this one, but I did get one. So, human error will be a part of this. It's just going to happen. So, but as long as the games are solid, I think this will be an accurate test as we determine who is the strongest in the structure deck wars. You know, I mean, personally, I've got a handful of guys I'm hoping will win, to be honest. But you know, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I was rooting for Felgrands, and Felgrands did it. For this one, I mean, the Monarchs, they're powerful, but their weakness, their best strength is going to come from beating the crap out of extra deck decks, and Felgrand, the structure deck is not about all that life. But we're doing all of them, all 46 current structure decks from 2005 to 2019. Obviously, if you guys saw in the word section, which you guys can replay back to that, during that section, obviously we had during that section of it, you obviously had the you're gonna notice there were some decks that got a buys. Just the app that I'm using set up the way we're doing this, so if it seems a little weird, that's why. But yeah, so we're all set up for round 1 right now, and I hope you guys will stick around with me for the structure deck wars, where this whole experiment is going to all be about determining what structure deck is really the most powerful. So, if you like this video, guys, I want you guys to give me one of these. That'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you give me one of those. Just a real quick reminder, I'm still in a race with Yusei YGO Pro to 500 subs, guys. And you guys have got me, as a point of making this video, I'm like 2 or 3 subs away from 450. So you guys are getting me there. So you guys are badass. That's all I got to say on that front. I'm really hopeful for this. I think you guys are really going to like this structure deck wars. I'm excited to see where it goes. And I can't wait to find out what is the strongest structure deck. And I hope you guys are too. Alright, so if you're interested in all that, make sure you hit the sub button. And yeah, I'm Bit2000YGO. I'm your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh! Superhero. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace!